Hey, this is your bulk loads quick market update. We'll make it quick for Thanksgiving here so you don't have to watch a long video. Load numbers have been decreasing again just slightly. Like I said, last couple of weeks with the holidays coming up, um, harvest being over, weather coming in, I'd say that these spot load numbers will gradually decrease here until the first of the year. We may see a little spike after the first of the year. Uh, but I'd say until spring fertilizer and planting starts going in, these bulk commodities are not going to make a huge jump. We may see some salt, other feed ingredient commodities start rising here towards the end of the year, but I don't think it will make a huge difference like harvest did in the number of loads on the board. Uh, Grain rates went down a little bit. That goes along with what we just said. Not as much moving around. Need for those carriers to move grain is not quite as high, so there's a little bit more demand than there is capacity, driving those prices down. Same with fertilizer. Winter coming in, weather. You probably won't see a huge jump in this fertilizer rates till spring comes and thaw it out a little bit. Feed ingredients is pretty steady here, just a little bit of decrease. Like I said, if you look at the first part of that graph, I'd say after the first year we'll see a pretty big jump there for that prices wise and number of loads. Lots of grain right now in the elevators and storage, so we'll see what prices do on that kind of stuff. And ethanol production as well once the new administration gets into office here. Diesel prices saw the first little bit of jump in the last couple weeks since the election. I put this video on here. I was always a power service guy when I had a diesel truck in wintertime. I know you northern guys switch to a lot of number one diesel and mixes like that. I would highly recommend this video. This guy does a lot of explanation, gel points, cloud points, friction elimination, cetane numbers as well. I know out in the west, we were in South Dakota last week, got down to 18, so you're going to have some issues starting there. And getting some lake effect snow up there in the Michigan, New York, Buffalo area. So I would definitely take a look at that. As far as fuel prices, I don't see anything that'll change till the new administration. Like I said, lots of talk about tariffs and tariffs between Canada and Mexico. A lot of our fuel comes from pipelines from Canada. So we'll see if the new administration opens up some domestic oil reserves, more drilling and stuff that may drive prices down, or if those tariffs towards Canada and Mexico will increase our prices a little bit for that at the pump. Like I said, with the cold weather, we're starting to see some snow, road salt moving. A lot of these, that first graph there shows where the large salt mines are. And then on the right-hand side shows where those are going to. So if you're slow this winter, you're looking for some salt to run. If your trailers can handle it, and if you want to be on the road during those times, you might look in these areas for some of the shippers, get a better idea of who's moving what, where, and where the need is. For this Thanksgiving outlook here, I was looking around a couple weeks ago. I showed the fatality and injury crashes for large trucks and semis. Most of those involved other vehicles. My guess it would be passenger vehicles. As you can see here, AAA is predicting that this is going to be the largest travel week for Thanksgiving in the recent times since before COVID. So there's going to be a lot more passenger vehicles on the road, a lot of people not knowing where they're going. So definitely keep an eye out and keep that in mind when you're taking loads. There's going to be a little bit more risk, I'd say. And then the second graph, we're seeing some snow in the mountains, rain in the southwest, and snow in the northeast. So keep those in mind. added people on the road, inclement weather conditions makes for a pretty hard time. If the loads aren't paying what they need to, I definitely think about keeping guys home, keep them with the families as well. I wanted to add a little bit here. I put some deals of restaurants and stuff that'll be open on Thanksgiving. If you are out on the road, a good place to stop in, take a rest, get a good meal. A couple of those stops have free meals if you show your CDL license. Really appreciate you guys who are having to be on the road over the holiday here. We appreciate all you do. In the central United States, load numbers have dropped quite drastically. I'd say those are to more of a steady level. I'm not thinking that this is a huge decrease. It's just after harvest, dropping off a little bit out west and south as well. I've seen a lot of loads moving out of Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania recently. Those are the big spots that I've been seeing a lot of stuff coming out of there in the east, causing that 19% increase as well. That's all I've got for this week. Appreciate you guys listening. If you have any feedback, please let us know. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you again next week.